is it?
Yes.
How do you say delicious in Lao?
Khăn bò.
Seb, what? Seb lai lai.
Khăn bông.
How about Thai?
Alloy má.
Alright guys, day 3 in Luang Prabang. I've got something a little bit different for you today. We are going to go on a family street food hunt. I'm bringing Finley and Helen with me around the streets of Luang Prabang and seeing if we can get some authentic Lao food for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Now stop 1 is going to be my favourite noodle soup of all time, Khao Soi Lao. Now yes, I did have this dish yesterday in a famous shop up the road, but today I'm back in my local, in my favourite Lao Khao Soi shop in the world. Hopefully I haven't overhyped it and hopefully it's just as good as I remember. Let's go. All right, so the inside's a bit of a mad one. It's like half restaurant with some tables, half newsagent, you get drinks and beers and stuff. And then it's like half living room, house. You got some tables outside. You got auntie there, Sabai, Sabai. And you'll see it by the yellow sign. There's 2 yellow signs. They sell a few different things in Lao, but then they've also got it written in English. But obviously I'm gonna say get the Khao Soi. It's right next to, you can get this on Google, the Blue House. And there's Ban Wat Nong, which is like the main primary school in town. Mekong down there. We'll go down there and get a coffee in a sec. But yeah, this is the setup. Just a lovely little local restaurant, lovely owner, my favourite place in the world. They're all getting cooked over fire again. Mukrab say Elena? Khao Soi ka dai hả? Oh, say dai. Wow. Bó xàiครับLook at that, Finley. Lao Bolognese. Right guys, I'm so excited. 3 years since I've been to this Legends shop. Yesterday I did go to the famous Khao Soi shop up the road and I felt so bad that I didn't come here, that I knew I had to come back this morning and sort of compare. The first thing that's different is these crispy slices of garlic, like you know, like they've gone, in Western cooking we'd say they've gone slightly too far, but it's exactly how I like them, like bittersweet, crunchy, sticking to your teeth. And then we've got the mak ped, the pig, which are the same as like the Isan chilies you get in Udon Thani. I like these orange ones. You've got like orange, green and like a little mixture. This fiery gel chili paste on the table, which we are going to add in a minute, but I just want to try this first. Don't worry, I won't double dip, I'll get a new spoon. Yeah, I want to try this first. We got some bean sprouts, we got those lime wedges, we got the lettuce, and the first time I ever had this was in this shop, which is the Pak Nam, the Lao watercress, which just tastes exactly the same as English watercress. Oh, and of course we got a little bit of kapi, some shrimp paste to dip these mak ped in. And if you want, you can use some sot pig, or got some Lao soy sauce we could use, and we got some squid brown fish sauce. But I'm gonna have a go at this first. Just get my first mouthful in 3 years. Oh my God. Do you know what? The one I had yesterday was good. But that is absolutely exceptional. Oh my God, so rich. So much of that fermented bean paste I love so much. That savory, umami deliciousness. You've got that crispy, crunchy, fried garlic. That's for texture and for crunch. A little bit of sweetness coming through from those tomatoes, along with a bit of acidity. And the mince is very, very coarse, and the bean paste has like penetrated that pork mince. All right, so I'm gonna start pimping. We've got lime juice. I'm gonna go with 2 because guys, you know I like it sour. That's why I'm married to this one. Yes, buddy. Oh, you want some lime, yeah? You want some manao?
Manao.
You chop piao. Chop piao. We got some pickled papaya and carrots. Right, I'm gonna add some of those bean sprouts. Gonna get a nice chunk of that watercress. I love this. I love this so much. Some lettuce, which we're just gonna break up. Right, and if you do want it paired, this is the way to go, right? Beautiful. All right, let's give that a stir up. Get all that veg up. Right, let's see the colour of that soup now. That's what we're looking for, guys. What a touch they are. The pickled vegetables. They're giving me an extra bit of crunch, more texture. They're sweet, they're sour. I've got the lime juice, giving myself a little bit more acidity. That red hot gel, that chili paste. This for me is the absolute perfect bowl of soup. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I absolutely adore these fresh herbs on the side of soups here in Laos. Same in Vietnam, but especially this watercress. I absolutely love this. Adds a nice bit of freshness to this unbelievably savoury soup. I would go as far as to say, I know guys, I know you saw me, if you follow me, go up to Chiang Khong to try and find this dish, and I did find something extremely similar, but this with the tomatoes in takes it to another level, and this for me is the best soup that I've had in Laos. This for me is much better than the one I had yesterday, which was already very good. But this is like a flavour explosion. It's hearty, it's rich. You've got so many textures going on, you've got so many different flavours going on. It's fresh, it's spicy, sour, salty, and absolutely delicious.
Finley, what flavours can you
Do you know what? I love the fresh rice noodles here as well. These pillow-like, soft pho noodles. But for me, one of the best things about this dish is actually the crispy sliced garlic. I know sometimes you guys think I'm overhyping things a little bit, but I would say this soup, and in particular this shot, this is my favourite soup, favourite noodle soup I've ever had, ever.
Me too.
You too, right? I said this the first time I ate it as well, and my opinion hasn't changed. All right, Mummy, what do you reckon?
Oh, it always is my favourite ever bowl of noodle soup. Like, it's just delicious. It's so like comforting and homely. It's like a bolognese, but with like all these other amazing added flavours.
Does that remind you a little bit? You know the bean paste flavour? You know the Taiwanese noodles that I make you?
Yes, it's a hybrid of like Taiwanese noodles, bolognese, and then Lao noodles.
Straight from your nan. There you go. Thanks, babes. You'll be back in a sec to talk us for a baguette, right?
Yeah.
Thumbs up, Finley, or thumbs down? Yeah! Seb later! All right, stop number 1. Couldn't have gone any better, guys. I don't care if I never eat again, actually, so I don't care if this baguette's rubbish. Although I know it's not because I've been there before, but even if it's changed, it's no good. I've just eaten the best thing I've eaten probably in like 3 years, so I'm a happy man. You a happy man, Finley? Yeah, he's a happy man. All right, so we're going to run down to the river now. We're going to grab a coffee. Usually I leave the coffee to the end, but we're going to get a coffee now, sit on the river, chill out, let that food go down, and then hit a nice Lao barbecue overlooking the river for dinner. All right, guys, real quick, I just want to take a second and thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Now, if you're not familiar with Skillshare, it's an online learning community for creators by creators with thousands of online courses from photography to design to business, you name it, Skillshare has it. So there's one area of my videos that I think needs particular attention, and that is my drone shots. So I've just taken an amazing Skillshare course with the guys over at Wild Rabbit Production, all about drone videography. I've learned all about the basics, I've learned about composition, different drone moves, even the legalities of flying a drone in different countries. So if you guys want to learn a new skill or just brush up on something you already do, make sure to check out Skillshare now. 100% there is a course for you. Now, the first 1,000 people that click the link below will get a 1 month absolutely free subscription to Skillshare. I know you guys are gonna love it. These are gonna go like hotcakes, so get clicking now. All right, guys, let's get back to our coffee. Okay, so second stop, we're at DaDa Cafe. This is one of the famous cafes in Luang Prabang. The reason I like this place so much is because they roast all their own beans, and they've got a real selection of different beans to choose from. So you can go from like light to dark. You've got Lao, Ethiopian, Costa Rican, all sorts. We're going for Lao, we're going for a light roast and a dark roast, but you can pick whatever you want. They've got a roaster machine out back, reasonable prices, and very, very good coffee. And they've got an absolute killer view over the Mekong River. Some loud tunes in the background. Nice cup of coffee. What more do you want? I mean, the view here, I can't do this justice. I try and get some drone shots, but this is absolutely incredible. This is what I remember from Laos. Yes, bud?
Why are you talking to the camera?
Again. What do you want to say to the camera? How's your milk?
How is the milk?
Oh, it's a lot better than your hair. What's going on here, bud?
Because the soup is delicious.
You heard it here first, folks. All right, guys, we're gonna finish up our coffees. Relax here for a little bit.
We go rock and roll.
And we're gonna rock and roll as well. So yeah, should we go and get baguette after this?
Yes, we go rock and roll.
Yes, we're gonna rock and roll. You heard it here first, guys. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, guys, so we had a little bit of a problem. The Khao Soi pate shop isn't open until the 28th. And it started raining very, very heavily. So we abandoned yesterday. We've come back again today. I'm gonna replace the Khao Soi snack with one of my favorite Vietnamese dishes, Banh Cuon. Well, a Lao spin on one of my favorite Vietnamese dishes. It's one of my favorites. It's a rice batter wrap, I guess you'd call it. Then we're gonna head over and get that Lao barbecue. Guys, just when you're traveling Southeast Asia, be prepared for your plans to change, basically. Weather, we've got a 3-year-old as well, anything can happen. But fear not, we are gonna continue our quest for some amazing Lao food. Let's go. Sabai do. All right. I'll nâng sai kai nâng bò sai nữa. Okay. All right, so this is looking more like the actual traditional Vietnamese one with the pork and the mushroom, and then you get this rice flour batter. She pours it over, steams it over water. This is all being done over a traditional towel. Everything's done over fire here. So to control the temperature on fire, you've got to be a bit of an expert. And then she oils this little stainless steel pan and her little stick, and she's gonna like roll the pancake up on the stick. I'm calling it a pancake, but all right, here's the skill. Look. This is the skills, guys. So usually in Thailand we have this, but we have it with spring onion, ton hom. Where here is like what I had last week in Hanoi. This is with the mushrooms, pork. Any head hunu. Yeah, dried mushrooms and pork with onions as well. Nampa.
Soy sauce,น้ำซุปซีอิ๊ว
Okay, soy sauce and
แล้วก็
pepper. Okay. Look at this, guys. Then we're going to chop these off with, I think, some crispy fried shallots, some hom jiao.
ใส่
Ah.
หมูหยอ
Uh-huh. Right, so this is just water, chili, and vinegar, and then we've also got the limes as well. Then we've got some chili and peanut. Yeah, we've got crispy fried onions, more yaw, egg. That's still quite gummy as well. Look, it's a runny egg. I'm just going to try some of the filling by itself just to see how close it was to the Vietnamese one. Heavy, heavy, heavy on the soy sauce. Loads and loads of pepper. The soy sauce is interesting because I'm sure in Vietnam it was fish sauce. Could have just been straight salt. No, it was definitely fish sauce. And the ones I've had in Thailand are usually spring onion, minced pork, and fish sauce and a bit of salt. But the soy sauce is a nice touch. Heavy, heavy on the pepper, as I said, which I like. And a little bit more of this dip. Now, the peanut dip's quite sweet, but it balances well against the really salty filling in this one. I like the richness from the egg. I like the fact, see now I'm not sure, because she's just opened and the flames aren't hot enough, it took a little bit longer to cook than usual. Usually when she puts the batter on, it would start to solidify straight away. So that's made the rice flour batter actually thicker and softer than usual. Also, a lot of the time, or sometimes they use tapioca flour as well to give it a little bit more elasticity. This is just plain rice flour, which is probably why it's so soft. All right, next up, let's go in with the normal ones. All right. A little bit of that sauce. Let's try and get a whole roll. Some of that sausage. Which one do I prefer? Probably the one with the egg, because I like that extra richness, but I'm absolutely loving the filling in this one. It's different from what I'm used to. I like the dip. I like the peanuts. You've got sweetness. It's sour. You've got crunch from the peanuts. Added sourness from this lime, so you've got sourness from vinegar and lime. As I said again, ultra savoury filling. Listen guys, if you haven't had Banh Cuon, this is your place. Khao Soi Lao. Bye-bye. All right, so we've made it. We just jumped off a tuk-tuk. We're at Dyen Sabai. Dyen Sabai is the most famous place to get the Sindad, the Laos Barbecue, in the whole of Luang Prabang. Now, I've spoken to the owner, and she told me that I've come at a good time, because they used to do like Phalang and Lao food, or like a mixture, so like Phalang up the Lao food, but now they don't have any Phalang customers, so it's just pure like Lao food. So should be plenty of padek. What's up, buddy? Oh, you want to carry you? Oh, let's go, buddy. All right, let's go. All right, so I was going to say first impressions, but it's just dawned on me that I've actually been here before. So last time we were in Luang Prabang, we actually crossed over the bamboo bridge and we came and had a drink here at sunset, but there is no bamboo bridge anymore, so we've had to get a tuk-tuk all the way around the town. It's literally just across here. So this side, the other side is the Mekong River, this side is the Nam Can River. So we used to stay just opposite here. So this is just a little road that leads up to the main road, which is unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure that they rebuild the bridge after the rainy season. The rainy season knocks it down and then they rebuild it for the dry season. I'm sure that's what happens, but feel free to correct me, guys. Stop the video right there and just explain to you that you don't have to get a tuk-tuk all the way around. There's a boat. They've got a little boat that can paddle you across to the other side. So I'm sure you can just go to the other side and then flag it down. But while you're here, you can definitely get back to town on this little boat that he's very nicely hand pushing for us. But anyway, a little bit more about this restaurant. So it's pretty cool. It's traditional at Lao on the riverfront. Well, you can sit in huts or you can sit on the floor. We've decided to sit on the floor. You just got a little table, some little Lao cushions all around you. All the guys here and the girls here, they speak really good English, so don't speak any Lao or don't speak any Thai. Don't worry, you can get by just fine. But it is a very, very cool place to just sit, chill, eat, or just come down here and have a drink. Either way, I don't think you will be disappointed. Khao Soi. Right, so I think I've got a few pieces that are done now. So I'm just gonna start loading up my bowl. Right, get some of this veg. I don't really want this overcooked. Maybe get a tomato. And then I'm gonna put some of my noodles in. Continue to let the beef cook. I keep saying beef, it's buffalo, it's buffalo. But he said beef, but it's buffalo. It's a fun little activity to do, right? We're sitting on the banks of the Mekong River, cooking your own food, some Lao hip hop in the background. It's a fun little soup. I like the buffalo, and where all the pork fats rendering down and mixing with the buffalo and then hitting the soup, the longer you leave it cooking for, if you don't overcook it, the more flavourful the soup's getting. It's a fun little soup. It tasted pretty much exactly like Thai sukiyaki or mugatar. Much better with all the green chilies in. Now, there's not much not to like. You've got all your vegetables, you've got a nice soup which gets more flavourful the more you're cooking this beef and the pork fat. Got all your veg, cellophane noodles or woon sen or senlon, which I like. The sauce just tastes like sukiyaki sauce, which I like again. Mugatar in Thailand is not my favourite thing in the world. I don't hate it, it's just not my favourite. This is more for me personally, this is more for the experience of sitting on the river and doing everything yourself, a nice communal setting. This would be nice if you had like 6 or 7 of you all got a few beers, a few drinks, and got stuck in. But yeah, not bad. All right, my salad's come. So this is tam thale. So this is Laos version of a som tam. It's like a half som tam, half yam. So I've got seafood. It's got glass noodles, but they're very thick. We've got some peanuts, spring onion, carrots, morning glory, cabbage, and you know I love this stuff so much. Padek. So this is Lao pala. So this is the fermented fish sauce. So this is going to be interesting for me. We've got some makua, some aubergines or eggplant, crab legs, squid, tomatoes, and peanuts. I'm going to get a big scoop of that padek. And let's go. Okay. See, I was expecting to absolutely hate that. But that's quite mellow. It's just giving you like a background sort of savoury, earthy note. Loads and loads of chilli. Heavy on the lime juice. And they've left the lime skin in. Loads and loads of seafood. Squid cooked to perfection. Got these beautiful little heritage tomatoes. Those thick, like jelly-like noodles. I'm assuming they're mung bean. Very interesting. This is Lao on a plate. Like tam here, like som tam in Thailand is everywhere. Like it's hard to have a meal, like a proper meal, if you were outside of Luang Prabang Centre without eating a tam of some sort. And actually, do you know what? I could get on with this padek. It hasn't got that mad pungent, like almost like blue cheese flavour of some pala that I've had in Thailand. This is a lot more mellow. It's more of a background note, more of a seasoning rather than like a main flavour. That's decent. All this seafood in here has just been boiled, which is what I like when I'm getting a salad. That is absolutely delicious. I know before anyone starts I should be eating this with sticky rice, but I can't fit it in after what I've just eaten. Right, great last stop on our last day in Luang Prabang. It's been a fantastic trip. Absolutely loved being back here. Next up, we're getting the train down to Vientiane from Luang Prabang. So stick around for that. I'll stick directions, opening times, prices, all that good stuff in the description box below for everywhere we went. Until next time, Chong Gao.